Did you know that I am 9 years old and in the second semester of fourth grade? I skipped from first to third grade, and this is because of acceleration. Acceleration is when a student is capable of doing higher level work than the work that the grade level does. The first type of acceleration is early entry, which is starting school early. The second type of acceleration is subject acceleration. That is when the student is sent to a higher level in the subject in which they excel. For example, I went to second grade math when I was in first grade. The last type of acceleration is grade skipping. That means skipping the grade entirely. That third type, grade skipping, is what I'm going to talk to you about tonight. Let me tell you my story about how I skipped a grade. I started reading at age 2.5. I stopped asking my parents to read to me and started asking them to teach me to read. My mom sat with me twice. She had me sound it out and say it fast. I learned after 2 sessions. By the time I was in pre-K, I was reading chapter books. I was glad to have a book bin at school that had books for my parents and my teacher. And all the other kids were napping, I would read from my book bin. By the end of kindergarten, I was tested and recognized as gifted. I got to be pulled out 1 day a week starting in first grade. The first half of first grade was hard for me too. I remember my teacher recommending I go to a How to Make Friends class. I moved to a new school for the second half of first grade. I was the only gifted first grader at my new school, so I got assigned to the second grade gifted class, where I instantly made friends. My new teachers recognized that I was bored and under-challenged the first week of class. They soon learned that I was way past grade level when it came to reading and math. So they allowed me to do a subject acceleration for that semester. Some of the ways they engaged with me were, I got to have lunch with the teacher every Wednesday. We would talk about the book I was reading and have discussions normal kids my age couldn't. I was also sent to second grade for math. I even got to do a research project during times of review for the rest of the class. I felt like I had found my place because I had teachers who understood me and encouraged me to be proud of my accomplishments. But I still felt I didn't belong with my same age peers, so my parents requested I be tested for a full grade acceleration. I had to take a lot of tests before I was allowed to skip a grade. I didn't mind the testing. I felt confident in my answers. I felt that I was able to be myself. I felt ready to prove myself. It worked out that I was approved for full grade acceleration. I was allowed to skip second grade and go straight into third grade with my new friends from second grade at school. When I started third grade, I didn't feel out of place. I had friends in my grade and could easily keep up with the work and expectations of third graders. I feel that this was the best move for me. I've been learning a lot of new things and had to apply myself to some subjects to be able to really master them. I'm no longer bored in class. I was even allowed to join the Science Olympiad team and meet even older students. This year is my favorite year of school so far. These are photos of me dissecting brains. This is cool because the average elementary student does not get to dissect a sheep brain. This is good for gifted students because it lets them learn more about the real world. Here are some reasons why acceleration, aka grade skipping, is so great. One reason acceleration is so great is because kids get to be challenged and learn on their level. Peers on their level help them learn more quickly. It allows them to do higher level work and learn more. Some people believe that acceleration damages students with social problems, but that is not true. Acceleration helps improve social problems because students are more likely to make friends with older peers. The students who were accelerated performed as well as the kids who were in that grade. Acceleration is a cheap, easy solution for students who excel to get a higher work level. Lisa Van Gamert said that students should be allowed to progress at their own pace of learning. Now I will tell you a story about a fast runner. The fast runner is able to run a mile in 8 minutes, while it takes his team 15 minutes. The coach makes the fastest runner wait for the rest of the team to catch up to him before he is allowed to run another mile. I don't think this is fair because the student should be allowed to run his fastest race. Lisa Van Gamert also said that no one knows how fast this kid can really go because they don't let him run his fastest race. A gifted student is like the fastest runner. They can easily do work on grade level faster than the average student. I think they should be able to have harder work without having to wait for the rest of the class. Acceleration is good for highly gifted students. Someone once said, age does not define who you are or what you are capable of. Just because I was 8 years old didn't mean I couldn't be in third grade. If I was stuck in a second grade classroom last year, I'd be completely bored and not learning what I could have been learning. However, since it was accelerated to third grade, I've been perfectly challenged. Third grade is very enjoyable for me. I am able and encouraged to read books on my ever-increasing level. I was challenged with multiplication, and I learned something new every day. The Duke Tip research staff said that when appropriately challenged, students can better develop their talents and do so at younger ages than otherwise. Teachers, if one of your students is highly gifted, accelerate them and give them challenging work. This is important because we need to meet the needs of highly gifted students.